So I'm feeling aligned, called, if you will, to do a bit of a different video for you today, sharing with you behind the scenes of a busy marketing and business coach. You may have seen me or have been seeing me. One colleague said that she has seen me everywhere, as I have hosted, at the time of this recording, two big events this year, a summit and a giveaway. And I'm also a business and marketing coach that has multiple clients, a few different programs that I'm running. I'm on the verge of launching something else, another program that's going to be bringing in and calling in quite a bit of coaches. And I'm also juggling the hats of being a mother and a daughter and a friend, and also finding time for self-care, finding time for sleep, and the things that support me and allow me to show up and be and do my best. So what you may see in the caption here when I finally do put this video out is 5 things that I did to supercharge my week. And supercharge here, right? It's a term that, kind of one of those buzzwords. But what I do mean in this context for this video, when I say I had a supercharged week, it means that my week was, I felt that my week was very productive, very intentional, organized. So, more organized, less chaotic, and just in flow and alignment with who I am, how I'm showing up right now, the person I'm working on becoming, and the things that I'm doing, and the things that support me right now, right? All of that was in alignment, I feel like, this week, as I'm shooting this video at the end of the week. And I am really feeling a great end to the week, right? And so I want to share with you, I'm sharing this video to hopefully inspire you to look at some things that you may not have looked at or haven't looked at in some time. And if you're feeling or you're feeling that you're in a place where you need to be more in flow, more in alignment, more organized, more productive, and you'd like to borrow some of my ideas or get some inspiration from what I've done, and see how you can incorporate maybe a twist on what I've done, and put it against your routine, your personality, what you have on your plate, what you're working on, what supports you and helps you to feel better. Possibly you can borrow from what I've done to help you to get to that place that is in alignment, and having you feel at the end of the week that you had a supercharged week, or whatever phrase you might use to really sum up a week that just flowed for you and just really came together nicely. And you're going to go into the weekend just feeling that much better because of the week that you had. All right. So I'm going to be sharing with you 5. Actually, it looks like I have 6 here. I have some notes on the screen. 6 things that I did to supercharge my week. I really said 5. 6 is kind of subjective. That's something that I'm doing right now that supports me. Like I said, this is not a video to show you the right way to have a supercharged week, because that's very subjective. But I'm sharing with you what worked for me this week and what I'm going to be incorporating into future weeks, at least some form of what I'm doing now. And hopefully it will inspire something that you can add to your week or daily routine to help you to have a week that you just feel good about at the end of the week. So the first thing that I did to really supercharge my week is I started off the day. The day was intended to be started, or I intended to start my day each day of the week with what I call a power hour, right? A supercharged boost to my day, right? Because oftentimes the way that you start the day can dictate the way that you go along in the day and the way that you finish, right? You may have been in different times in your life where you started off the day possibly oversleeping and forgetting things on the way to work or business, and so you were late, then you forgot something, then something else wrong happened, and the way that you started that day just kind of perpetuated throughout the day in the way that, based on how the day unfolded. So I wanted to be very intentional with the way that I was starting my day. And I intended to start it off with a power hour. But based on some of the things that I wanted to do, it went a little bit longer than that. So I would say, and I stopped counting after the hour, but I figure around 90 minutes was my start to the day. So first I got up early with intention because I knew that I wanted to be able to get these things in this power hour done and still be able to start my workday at a time that I like to start, because I like to have a buffer between getting myself together, getting on the computer, doing some prep work before I get into seeing clients and the other things that I have to do to show up for my business. So I decided that I was going to start off with a power hour. So that was in terms of what was included in my power hour. Some days it changed, but the basic things that were in there was certainly prayer, meditating, yoga, some visualization exercises. I also did some journaling. I'm not going to expand on that here because that's one of my note points, but I did some journaling. I did some affirming of my goals, right? But I have that as a separate line item for what I'm going to share with you today. But basically the power hour, even though I only said about 4 things, it included more than that, which is what brought it to, a power, more like a power 90, right? So it was prayer, meditating, yoga, visualization, some journaling, and some affirmations, and some reading. There is a book, a self-help book that I'm rereading right now. And I've been reading a chapter of that each day, right? So some reading was also involved in my power hour, or if you'd like to say my power 90. The second thing that I did this week to really supercharge my week was community connections. And I have been really checking in with my community a lot. I just did a couple of surveys to my community, and I extended that or went a little bit further by connecting individually, or, I would say taking things offline, right? Off of Facebook or Instagram, wherever I was connecting with my community, off of email, and connecting over Zoom with quite a few community members. And that's always eye-opening to me, because what am I doing if not serving as a coach, as a marketing and business coach? I am supporting my clients, my paid clients, and I've also gathered a following through, on social media and on my email list of persons who are not yet clients, but are looking to hear from me and considering how they can work with me. And what is it all for if I haven't connected with them, if I don't know what they're thinking, what keeps them up at night, what they are excited about, what they are working on, what they're getting stuck on, right? So I did quite a bit of connections this week, right? Grassroots connections with members of my community. And it was really, really eye-opening, affirming in some cases in terms of what I am working on and birthing, as I am working on some newer experiences and resources, paid programs behind the scenes. Hearing from my community really helps to fuel and power up that process, and also gives me renewed motivation to put those resources out there, knowing that my community will value so much from it, because I've heard from them personally how, what they're struggling with, what they're looking to bring about, and how they would like to be supported in paid experiences. So I did quite a bit of that this week, and I am really happy with how that turned out and what I learned from persons like you that are watching this video right now. If you and I haven't connected, sidebar, reach out to me via private message and see how you can be a part of some groups that I'm hosting, some circles, if you will, that I'm hosting, that allows you to connect with me as well as other members of my community offline. And yeah, so just go ahead, send me a private message wherever you're watching this, on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube, and I can tell you more about that. Send me a message or email me, info@stephanietreasure.com. The third thing that I did to really supercharge my week was some money check-ins and journaling. So in terms of, as a business owner, as a CEO, I'm constantly checking metrics, right? Some metrics I check weekly or monthly. The money metrics, maybe I wasn't checking it as often as I would have liked. And I made a concerted effort this week to really check in on money, as well as do some journaling that I'm doing around how money will flow in and out of the business, and how it will flow into the areas that are funded by the money that comes into this business, like team, like software, like graphics and other marketing collateral, right? So I did quite a bit of money check-ins, really paying attention to that, really giving it its focus, its attention, its giving it time, and analyzing where I can strengthen what's going on as relates to how money flows in the business, right? And that's something that, like I said, I may not have done as intimately as I have this week. It may have not have done it in the past as intimately as I have this week. And that was really, really powerful. So that really makes me, as I come to the end of this week, really powers me up in terms of how this week flowed, in terms of knowing that I'm giving attention to the things that I'm working on, that I'm growing in my business, that I'm being more efficient and careful and prudent, as well as welcoming more of that energy to flow in my business as relates to the money energy, right? The fourth thing that I did this week to really supercharge my week is I did each day I did a goals check-in, or I checked in with my goals, specifically this quarter's goal, right? And some quick mapping as to how I'm bringing that about as a way of affirming the outcome. So let me explain that a little bit more. Sometimes when we set goals for our business, right? And there's a fine line between a goal and a wish, right? A goal is something a target that you've set, and you have mapped out a way that you're going to achieve that target. And so it's a matter of you implementing to reach it. Even if you don't reach it, at least you know what you're doing to get there, as opposed to saying that you've set this target or you've set this goal, and it's there and you say it every day, you look at it, but you're not really doing the things that could influence it and give it the support it needs to take shape, right? And our goals need support. If you have a goal of losing weight, then each day you should be doing the things that contribute to allowing you to consume less calories and allowing you to burn more as well, right? Like exercise, right? If you're saying that you have this weight loss goal, but you're not doing anything towards achieving it, then it's not really a goal. And so each day I affirmed a big goal that I'm working on, and it's a money goal. And I did a quick mapping, right? Because there's some key things that I'm doing to support the achievement of that goal. And I just quickly mapped it out and reaffirmed the outcome so that I can see it as well, right? Sometimes we're so, if you're visual, you need to see something to believe it. So affirming the money goal is one thing, right? And saying all kinds of affirmations and having a sticker on the wall or having it on your whiteboard is one thing. But if you can't see the way that it can be achieved in terms of the activities that would support it to achieve it, then even you are not quite sure if it's going to come about. So I made a concerted effort to map out the achievement of that goal and reaffirm that this is what we're working on as a company, and this is how we're going to get there, and making sure that these are the things that are in place to get there to make it happen are happening. Make sure the wheels are turning and things are in motion, right? So that was really important to me, right? Making sure that I could see how this goal is going to come to life, and that I'm focused on it, that I affirm it, and that I know the activities that need to be done in order to achieve it. In fact, in addition to that, and I did that in the written form each morning, in addition to that, I've created, I have a spreadsheet, a little bit different from spreadsheets that I've created to support launches and campaigns in the past, that maps out some of the things that I'm doing to bring it about. That's I'm proud of this spreadsheet, I have to say, right? I'm gonna pat myself on the back there. But I'm really proud of this spreadsheet because it's even more proof of how this goal will come to life. And as I'm seeing it, I'm believing it, even though, there's some things that you can't see, some things that I can't see that I believe, right? But seeing it really does help to give you more proof that, yes, this is how it's going to come into being, right? So that was number 4, my goals check-in and mapping of that goal as I reaffirm the outcome. The 5th thing that I did was organize my promo calendar. So I am doing quite a bit of speaking engagements in the upcoming months. And some of those engagements involve some promotion that I have to do on my side. And it's coming fast and furious, and I am loving this phase that I'm in because I do want to speak to more audiences and get my message out there as much as possible as I look to further my mission of helping as many women coaches, consultants, and service-based business owners to realize their own profitable business through creative marketing strategies and business strategies without the overwhelm, right? So I took some time because, as I said, things are kind of coming fast and furious, and put some systems in place as to how I'm going to be promoting these items so that everybody is on the same page. I know what I'm doing, my team knows, and I can convey with confidence to my colleagues who need to hear from me as to, how and when I'm going to promote. So I spent some time organizing that so that, I feel a little bit more in control now, and I can say yes with confidence or no with confidence whenever something is not right fit, right? But it started, my promo calendar, I needed to get on that fast. And I took time out this week and I made it happen in terms of organizing it. And then the 6th thing, as I said before, this really started out with five things to supercharge my week, but I'll add the 6th. And this is my process. I did quite a bit of what I call clean eating. So right now, I eat plant-based. My diet is 100% plant-based. It also is gluten-free and sugar-free. Sometimes, sometimes I will eat more fresh fruits and veggies, right? Well, fruits, I always have my fruits fresh. But in terms of veggies, when I say fresh, meaning I have them in their raw state as opposed to cooked like steamed vegetables, right? And I've been doing this, my body has been asking for this, and I've also intentionally been doing this because I feel, and this is just a subjective thing for me, even though others have said this, but I feel more energetic. I feel more creative, more aligned, more focused, more on point with what I'm doing whenever I eat raw plant-based, fresh, uncooked plant-based, all fruits and veggies, uncooked, right? And I've been very intentional about that this past week, as well as my body has been yearning for it this past week. And I feel like it's part of what is fueling me to stay focused, to be organized, to feel in alignment and in flow with what I am creating right now. And so those are my 6 things that I did this week to supercharge my week, right? And they've worked for me, and I'm going to be continuing to do this. And as things change, I may pop in here and tell you what has changed or sit with it for a bit until I develop my process, because I'm always growing, right? What is life if you're not growing? So I feel like, and I'm committed to never-ending growth, never-ending self-improvement, always in pursuit of becoming a better version of myself. I believe as I grow, I bring in those things that only a person at that level can bring in. Like, I believe that as you evolve, you become more able to take on those next level rewards that you wouldn't have been able to take on at a certain, at a prior level, right? So there's things that I'm manifesting and bringing into my reality right now, that, and opportunities that, a few years ago, I would not have been able to, because I wasn't ready. And I believe that there's still, I'm sure, not I believe, I know that there's more to come. So I'm working on growing, developing, transforming, getting better and better, becoming a better me, better coach, better mother, better daughter, better friend, better businesswoman or CEO, better motivator, encourager, as I play that role sometimes, as a friend, or just as here for this community, because people have reached out to me, and I take that, I appreciate that, and say that they're inspired by what I'm doing, how I'm showing up, right? So I'm continuing to work on me, and I'm looking forward to how things are going to continue to develop. So if you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and comment below and share with me some of the things that you do in your daily routine to power you up to have a great day, a powerful day, a supercharged day, or whatever term you use, and also a great week or supercharged week. Also, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below and let me know. I'll be happy to get back to you. And if you'd like to be a part of some private closed door circles that I'm hosting with members of my community, that allows you to meet each other, as well as connect with me, talk business, talk all kinds of good stuff, success, productivity, mindset, let me know. Just send me a message. You can private message me here, or you can send me an email to info@stephanietreasure.com. All right, thanks for tuning in.